Morty finds it's no laughing matter. Morty finds it no laughing matter. Focus question. What does Morty learn about being a good friend? Morty woke from a peaceful dream, squealing in terror. The sun was just coming up, but someone was already pouncing on him. There was shouting all around and a bright, blinding flash. Surprise! Happy birthday! Ben was jumping on his bed, and Fred was blasting his trumpet, marching around the room in celebration. Theo was snapping picture after picture on his Polaroid camera. Morty's mom stood in the doorway, beaming at the rowdy display and holding a steaming plate of Morty's favorite treat, cheesy chip waffles. She had secretly let the mice in for Morty's birthday weekend surprise. Thanks, guys, Morty cried. I can't believe you did all this for me. The mice scampered downstairs and wolfed down waffles until they could barely stand. By the time the sun was high in the sky, they were snoozing into the family room with the latest Mega Mouse movie blaring on the TV. Morty and his best friend celebrated all weekend. When Monday morning came, though, everything changed. Morty entered the classroom to find the class gathered around Theo's desk, shuffling about in excitement. They were looking at the birthday photographs that Theo had taken, and to Morty's bewilderment, everyone was laughing. Theo was spread the photos across his desk and was describing the surprise. Ben and Fred interrupted regularly to add detail to the story. Look at that adorable Magic Mice posture, Mindy screeched. My little brother has the same one, Margie announced. What a baby mouse, Peter guffawed. Morty wanted to scamper out of the room and hide. When he was 5, he liked the magic mice, and his grandma gave him the poster. It had been on his wall for so long, he barely noticed that it was there anymore. He never thought to be embarrassed by it before today. When Peter noticed Morty, he asked, Do you have a teddy bear and pacifier too? The class exploded with laughter. No, Morty mumbled. He couldn't look at anyone, especially not Theo. He felt his eyes burning and turned away. Hey, back off, Ben warned the others when he noticed Morty's expression. Before anyone could say another word, Miss Snicker-Whisker walked in and asked the class to take their seats for the morning vocabulary quiz. After class ended, though, the teasing persisted for the rest of the day. The next day, it seemed like almost everyone had forgotten about Morty's posture. Everyone except Morty. Theo acted as though nothing had changed, but Morty refused to speak to him. He wondered if Theo knew what it felt like to be mocked. After school, Morty and his little sister Missy munched on their snacks. Can I borrow my old Magic Mice pajamas? Missy loved the Magic Mice too, so Morty had given her his old pajamas when he outgrew them. Why? Missy asked. For a school project, Morty said with as much annoyance as he could muster. Okay, she said cheerfully as she went to retrieve the pajamas. As long as I get them back. Morty fetched his magnificent markers and a poster board. Will you write with Theo's magic pajamas for me? He asked Missy. No one will recognize her handwriting, he thought. Sure, Missy said with a smile. Is it this for a play? She asked. It's sort of It's sort of like that, Morty replied, trying to conceal his smile. Mid-morning on Wednesday, Morty asked for the bathroom pass and scampered to the playground. The pajamas and signs were just where he had hidden them earlier. Morty fastically trapped them to the soccer goalpost, and in no time it all was back in glass, eagerly awaiting the ring of the recess bell. During recess, Morty pretended to play soccer but was secretly watching the action. A group of mice crowded around the goalpost and began to snicker. Morty heard someone say, "Tail wears those precious pajamas." Morty spotted Tail scampering across the field towards the post to check out the commotion. He watched as redness crept from the bottom of Tail's neck to the top of his ears. As he wanted, Tail tried to convince his classmates that a curl trick had been played on him. Morty didn't feel the way he accepted he would. Seeing Tail look too humiliated made him feel terrible. Out of the corner of his eye, Morty glimpsed Missy and her friends skipping over to join in the excitement. Before he could intervene, he heard Missy say, "Those are my pajamas." She squeezed through the crowd and proudly exclaimed, "My brother Morty helped me make this sign." "Those are Tails' pajamas," Peter corrected. "They're mine," Missy squeaked. "Morty borrowed them for a project like a play." Everyone turned to look at Morty. For the second time that week, Morty wished he could disappear into thin air. "Nice try, Morty," Peter sneered. "Thought we'd forgot about your poster." Fred approached Morty. That was pretty mean," he whispered. "I don't think Tail embarrassed you on purpose." Tail stormed toward them, his eyebrows furrowed in anger. "What's the deal?" he asked Morty. "You made me look bad on Monday," Morty explained. "I didn't set you up," Tail said, shaking his head. "I didn't even notice what was on your wall." Before Morty could think to respond, the bell rang and Tail was walking away. When Morty got back to the classroom, the photos of his birthday surprise were face down on his desk. Morty, Ben, and Fred walked home from school in uncomfortable silence. "Getting even feels lousy," Morty finally said. Hurting Tail had been bothering him all day. His classmates had avoided him after seeing how cruel he was to his friend. Now things were off with his best friends too. "Would you have felt guilty if you hadn't gotten caught?" Ben asked. "Yes," Morty replied. "I felt awful when I saw Tail's face turn beet red like that. I know how it feels to be teased." "You can fix it, Morty," Fred said as he scampered to his front door. When Morty got back, he took the phone into his room and shut the door. He shattered the birthday photographs across his bed and studied them one at a time. He couldn't help but smile when he saw his friends looking so happy. He remembered the special he felt that day. After hesitating for a moment, he picked up the phone and dialed Tail's number. When Tail picked up, Morty said, "Hey, it's me." Tail didn't respond, and Morty felt a lump forming in his throat. Morty swallowed hard, still looking at the photos. "I'm really sorry," he said. "You made my birthday suffer fun, and now I don't feel like we're friends." "When everyone was teasing you, I laughed," Tail replied. "It seemed funny at the time, but I didn't think about how you would feel. That's not what a friend you would do. I'm sorry too." Getting even was a scummy move, Morty admitted. I was mad about being teased, but I realized now that it didn't really matter what people said if they aren't your friends. You're my true friend. I hope you forgot what I did." "Sure, I forget. But Peter will still tease us," Tail said with a sigh. "We'll stand by each other," Morty promised. Friends stick together. Yeah, Tail agreed. Who says magic mice can't be powerful? They both started cracking up, and Morty finally started to feel good again.